Why do some keys start a car perfectly, but the remote buttons refuse to lock or unlock the doors? Why doesn't a new battery fix the issue? The answer almost always lies within the remote board itself. In this lesson, we are going to break down exactly how car remotes work. The main job of the remote: locking, unlocking, and opening the trunk. Whether a remote works or not depends on three critical factors: correct frequency, hardware integrity, synchronization. Part 1. Understanding frequency. The remote frequency determines whether the vehicle's receiver module can actually hear and recognize the remote. If the frequency is mismatched, even with perfectly good buttons and a fresh battery, the remote will not work. Common frequencies: 315 MHz, 433 MHz, 868 MHz, etc. In our first lesson, we introduced some beginner-friendly tools for this: the Autel KM100, X-Horse VVDI Key2 Max Pro, and the KDI KDX4. Let's do a quick demonstration. All remotes emit a signal frequency. We will use our device to test the signal so you can see it intuitively. Test 1. We press the button and the device reads 433 MHz. That is the signal this remote transmits. You need a device to detect this. Test 2. We grab another remote, test it, and it also reads 434 MHz. Test 3. We test the third remote, and this one reads 315 MHz. Important note: the frequency of an OEM factory remote is hard-coded by the manufacturer and cannot be changed. We can only adjust and generate frequencies on aftermarket universal remotes, sub-remotes. Part 2. Fixed code versus rolling code. Beyond frequency, we need to understand the core characteristic of the remote's data. Remotes are divided into two main categories: fixed code and rolling code. Demonstration 1. Fixed code. Let's go into our device, select copy, and click start. We take a remote and press the unlock button. The screen displays the encoding data and the frequency. If we repeatedly press the unlock button over and over 4-5 times, the data read by the device stays exactly the same. It does not change at all. Definition: this is a fixed code remote. The encoding data is static and permanent. Demonstration 2. Rolling code. Now let's back out, click copy again, and grab a different remote. We hit start and press a button. This time, you will clearly see that every single time we press the same button, the encoding data on the screen changes and continuously updates. Definition: a remote where the data changes with every single press is a rolling code remote. If you try to directly clone a rolling code remote, the device will give you a warning. With the exception of a few very specific vehicle models, the vast majority of rolling code remotes cannot be directly cloned. Quick review: every remote has a specific transmission frequency. Remotes are either fixed code or rolling code. Fixed code, data never changes. Rolling code, data randomly changes with every press. Part 3. The programming methods. Next, let's explain how to program both types. Today, we are using two desktop receiver modules to simulate a car's computer so you can visualize the process. Method 1. Matching a fixed code remote. Select emo data is greater than car key, is greater than start. Once the 434 MHz frequency is identified, follow the device prompts. Press the lock button, then unlock, then trunk. If there is no panic button, just skip it. The screen will give you two options: generate or clone copy. For a standard add key job, simply select clone, insert a blank universal remote into the coil, and it will perfectly duplicate the original remote. That's the complete process for a fixed code remote. Method 2. Matching a rolling code remote. For this, we select a car key and click generate. Demonstration: the original rolling code remote controls the host module perfectly. Lights are flashing. If you force a direct clone of a rolling code remote, the device will restrict it. Why? Because forcing a clone causes a rolling code conflict, often called code chasing or desyncing. What is a code conflict? Let's say original key A works fine. You force clone it to create key B. Now, key B requires you to press the button multiple times before the car responds. But worse, original key A will suddenly stop working and you have to press its buttons repeatedly to get it to sync back up. They constantly restrict and cancel each other out. It's a mess. The correct way for rolling codes: you must generate a brand new blank rolling code remote. Initially, this newly generated blank remote will not control the vehicle. No lights, no response, response, you must take this generated remote and perform an onboard programming OBD learning procedure on the car. Put the car module into pairing mode and press the buttons on both the old and the new remotes to bind them to the system. Once learning is complete, both keys will work perfectly and independently. Final summary and testing. Let's summarize the core rules of this lesson. Rule 1. All remotes have an inherent specific frequency. For example, 315 or 433 megahertz. Rule 2. Remotes are categorized into fixed code and rolling code. Rule 3. Fixed codes are static and can be directly cloned. Rule 4. Rolling codes are dynamic. Direct cloning is forbidden due to code conflicts. You must generate a blank remote and then program it to the car via OBD, manual learning. The 3-step final remote test. Whenever you finish a key, always do these 3 checks. Signal test. Use your tool to verify the frequency, data output, and the signal strength. Function test. Manually test the lock, unlock, and trunk on the car to ensure every button works. Range test. Walk away from the vehicle to check the effective remote distance. The golden rule. If you have a working remote, follow your tool's prompts to add a key. If you have no working remote, all keys lost. Generate the correct remote data first, then program it to the car. It's that simple. Understanding the theory is important, but hands-on practice is where you truly learn. Pick up your device and give it a try. If there's anything else you want to learn about key programming, follow us and let us know in the comments.